The wedding that wasn't. It was a perfect Sunday morning. The lake shimmered in the early sun, and I was nestled on the porch of my lake house in upstate New York. A steaming cup of coffee in my hands, and the peace I'd built over the years wrapped around me like a second skin. Then my phone lit up with a name I hadn't seen in nearly a decade. Patricia Morgan. My mother. I hadn't spoken to her, or anyone else in my family, in 8 years. Not since the day they told me, in no uncertain terms, that I was no longer welcome in the Morgan household, because I chose art school over law school. I was 20 then. Now I'm 30. I own my own design studio. That lake house I'm sitting in, built it myself. The very place they once laughed at for being a waste of good land. I hesitated, then picked up the call. Darling Emily. Her voice was fake sweet, sugar laced with arsenic. That tone always meant disaster. I have the most wonderful news, she chirped. What do you want, Mum? My voice came out flat. My shoulders had already tensed. It's your brother Zachary. He's getting married. Remember Chloe? From the charity events at the yacht club? Oh, I remembered. Chloe, who once spilled red wine on my white dress and laughed about it with Mom like it was a joke. I said nothing. Well, Mom continued, undeterred by my silence. We've decided the perfect venue would be your house. I choked on my coffee. Excuse me? Don't be difficult, Emily. Your place is beautiful now. The yard, the water, that garden you worked so hard on. The wedding is set for September 15. We've already spoken to the planners and... No. What? No. Absolutely not. This is my home, not a damn event space. I said no. There was a pause. Then her voice dropped into that low, manipulative whisper I'd known since childhood. Don't be selfish, Emily. It's your brother's big day. We've done so much for you. My voice shook as I stood, coffee spilling over my fingers. You kicked me out at 18. You stole the inheritance Grandma left me. You mocked my career. What exactly have you done for me? Oh God, this again, she groaned. Griffin, talk to her. Dad's voice came through, rough and impatient. Emily, don't disgrace your mother. The invitations are printed. The wedding will be at your house, whether you like it or not. You're not going to throw 200 guests out. That would ruin your... There it was. The same old bet. They thought I still cared what people thought, that I wouldn't risk conflict. They were wrong. Try me, I said, voice icy. Show up uninvited, and I'll have the police escort you out. This is private property. Click. I stood there on my porch, hands shaking. Memories hit like a tidal wave. Zach getting the car for passing his classes with C's, while my scholarships were ignored. Them needing my money for his failed third business. The constant belittling, the pressure, the erasure of who I was. Then another message buzzed. Zach, can't wait for the big day, sis. Chloe's already planning the decor with the team. Don't screw this up like you always do. Something inside me snapped. I opened my laptop. They thought I was still that scared little girl, the one they could shame and silence. But I wasn't. They wanted a game? Fine. We'd play by my rules. On the second ring, my best friend from college picked up. "Hey, Em," said Natalie, groggy but concerned. "What's going on? Remember you said your uncle had some good connections in city government?" "Uncle Hank? Of course. What's up?" I smiled. "I need his help. And maybe a few more favors. But don't call me crazy until you hear the whole plan." That same day, I climbed into the attic. I hadn't been up there since I bought this house. Dust danced in the light of my flashlight, and old boxes lined the walls. Memories I'd buried. Natalie joined me minutes later, climbing through the hatch. I opened one box, marked in my handwriting. "Do not open, private." Inside, journals, letters, photos, evidence, trauma. Everything they ever did to me, I had documented it. Natalie sifted through the files as I read aloud. They tore up my acceptance letter to Parsons. Dad said a Morgan doesn't become an art freak. Mum cried, not for me, for the shame I brought them. They moved Grandma's inheritance to a family account to fund Zach's startup, the same money she left for me. I pulled out a bank statement, a notarized copy I'd managed to obtain years ago, thanks to a kind clerk. There it was. A transaction made exactly 2 months before I turned 18. Signed by both my parents as legal guardians, transferring my trust fund into an account for Zach's company. Black and white proof. "They stole from you," Natalie whispered. "This is criminal." I nodded. "And now they want my house for their Instagram wedding. Not happening." We drove to Uncle Hank's office the next day. Retired judge. Lover of strong coffee and stronger justice. He flipped through the documents silently, then glanced up over his glasses. "They kicked you out, stole your inheritance, and now want to use your home without asking. That about sums it up?" "Yes." Natalie opened her laptop. "They've even listed her address on the wedding website. Photos of the house, the garden, the lake, all without consent." I nodded. "I want to stop the wedding, and I want real consequences." Judge Hank grinned. "Then let's get to work." In just days, a city-permitted LGBTQ+ arts festival was officially scheduled for September 15th on my property. A civil lawsuit was drafted. Illegal transfer of trust funds, document forgery, emotional abuse. We planned media coverage, investor alerts, and festival live streaming. Zach posted one last time. "The lake house where our best memories were made. Can't wait to start our new chapter here." I sent that straight to our lawyer. Let them try. After the morning of September 15th, my lawn buzzed with volunteers. Rainbow flags waved over tents. Musicians tuned up. Local press arrived. And then the black SUVs rolled in. My mother, in pearls. My father, tight-lipped. Zach and Chloe, fuming. They stormed the gate. "This is our day," Chloe shrieked. No, I said calmly, holding up my permit. Today is an official city-sponsored Pride Arts Festival. You have no event booked here. You ruined us, my mum cried. No, you did. I just finally said no. As they screamed, the cameras rolled. Journalists caught everything. Chloe lunged toward the decorations, yanking a rainbow banner off its pole. Security, I said. Please escort these trespassers off my property. That evening, Natalie and I stood near the stage as the festival bloomed around us. Music, dancing, laughter, tears. A young man approached quietly. I'm sorry to intrude. I'm Julian. I used to know Zach. We were close. Until your mother told him to cut ties with me. My breath caught. You mean? He nodded. He wasn't cruel, just scared. Of them, of himself. I think he always regretted choosing their approval. He left quietly. I didn't stop him, but I didn't shut the door either. Days later, the lawsuit made national headlines. My parents tried a counterclaim. It failed. Then came the real twist. My father turned on my mother, giving sworn testimony that she orchestrated everything. The trust theft, the forged signatures. Her assets were frozen. Zach apologized. Publicly. Genuinely. I was wrong. I was scared. I let them dictate who I was and what I did. I'm done hiding. We talked. Then we hugged. Not a fairy tale ending, but a beginning. 6 months later, the foundation Natalie and I started, homegrown, began helping young queer creatives facing family rejection. The Lake House hosts an annual festival now, bigger each year, full of colour, sound and love. That same apple tree in the yard, the one Grandma planted, we hung lights from it this year. Zach came back in jeans and sneakers, without the mask he used to wear. We planted new saplings together, side by side. Think they'll grow? He asked. They already are, I said. And for the first time in years, I believed it.